Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. It was just circling and circling and circling. I was like, are we live? Are we live? Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show, and welcome my guest, Tyler Poplin. How are you today, Tyler?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, I've been on vacation, so I am away from my problems. I've had a great time, and I'm back ready to rock and roll and have a great week here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So thank you for being my first guest back from vacation. So
Yay, I'm so honored.
we're going to have a great time. I had a wonderful time with my family, just unwinding and getting to experience some of life's things that I had my children have never experienced. So it's always a good time to just unplug and get a chance to just unwind and relax.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a good time. Listen, everybody, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to grab your virtual seats here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Share today's broadcast with a friend. Let people know that we are here on the Kim Jacobs Show, and you can invite your friends, family, coworkers, church members, people you like, people you don't like, whoever, anybody that will come and tune into the Kim Jacobs Show. So go ahead, Tyler, if you will as well, and share the broadcast with your friends so they don't miss a beat as well. All right, guys, take a moment to do that right quick.
Mm-hmm.
You shared it already? We can dance for a minute, Tyler, while they share it. All right, everybody. By now, well, Tyler, you really went in. You were like, ho, ho, ho. Everybody, by now, you should have shared the broadcast with your friends, your family, your coworkers. We're going to get started. Today, my guest is a young man that's 23 years old, one of the happiest young men that I think I've encountered, at least here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I don't know him personally, but I feel like I know you just by your vibe and the excitement and your smile and everything over there. 23-year-old native of Albemarle, North Carolina. That's right. And Albemarle, North Carolina. And he loves theater, loves theater, and more importantly, loves being happy. And so, welcome to today's episode, Tyler Poplin.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you on the Kim Jacobs Show today, and I'm looking forward to our interview, our time together, because so many people are interested in pursuing their goals and their dreams. We don't have a bunch of scripted questions or anything like that. So you guys today will go on a journey with me and Tyler and learn more about his story, what inspired him, what brought him to this point of his dream becoming a reality, and all of those in between details. So Tyler, talk to us and tell us, when did acting become a dream of yours? Take us back.
Oh, man. Well, I started singing when I was 4 years old. And I remember just going to church with my grandpa and my grandma. And then I was watching like these church plays, like the Easter plays that you see every year and the Christmas things. And I was just like, I want to do that. I kind of want to see what they're doing because I didn't know they were acting. I was like, you know how you're young, you're like, oh my God, it's real.
Right. Come down, he's here.
And then I just remember just my family saying, you performing a lot out here in the yard, just performing for nothing, performing for the cows, the chickens, the dogs, and everything. And then one day when I was in 7th grade, my grandma and dad were like, you know what, you're going to put this to use. You're not going to, performing for us is good, but people need to see your talent because you got some potential. And I remember that first day of 7th grade year where dad was like, you're going to go to drama and you're going to go to chorus. So, and I did. And I was a nervous wreck. I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, what's going to happen? And from that moment on, I was hooked. I was, even though there were like, school plays, but that was a good starting point for me. And the drama teacher, Miss Natasha Wall, she was gonna give her a shout out.
Shout out to you, Miss Natasha, for believing in this young man, and thank you for encouraging him. There are so many people that don't and that church, the stories are completely opposite. So thank you, Miss Natasha. Thank you. That's a good thing. So, like when you were younger, all along, you kind of had the knowledge that this is something that is for me, and it was early on. And then I heard you say your grandmom and your different ones inspired you and said, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and pursue this." What you didn't say your mom or anybody. Is there what was happening with your family dynamics? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I come, from, separate, family a little bit. So I stay with my dad. Oh, I stay with my dad, but I stay with my grandma now. But I was going back and forth and everything like that. But no one in my family actually acts. I'm the only actor in the family, which is
Okay.
kind of like special. But the singing I got from them. So like the theatrical aspect. But yeah, everybody was like it skipped everybody, but for some reason it just found something in me, and I'm happy it did because I've done some really great, amazing things with amazing companies, and just and can't wait to do some more in the
That's
future.
great. Now, see, the thing is, you're saying you can sing and you can act. So they call that, and tell me if I'm wrong, that's like a double threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
A double
Mm-hmm.
threat,
Oh
right?
yeah, double
Okay. And
threat.
so when we were getting ready to go live, I noticed that you were saying things like, because Shannon said, okay, we got 2 minutes, we have 2 minutes, we have 3 minutes, we da, 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 and she was counting down. And you were like, thank you, 2, thank you, 3, thank you. So you were literally like very grateful and thankful. What is that about?
Well, in in theater, I don't know if all theaters do it, but in my local theater, the youth group, the talent company, gotta give them a little shout out, and the Yari players, they had this little thing where like to curtain, there's like, oh, you got like 10 minutes, or you got like for intermission, this is how long, 15 minutes, guys, and we're like, thank you, 15, just to get everybody ready for the next act or getting ready for the show and stuff like that. It's just a little. I think it's kind of cute and everything.
Yeah, it
Just
is,
like
because I actually acted with my son on a couple of performances. He's an actor as well. And so we acted at the old Concord, the Courthouse Theater. And we also acted with Vicki L. Evans, and she does this play called The Gift. And yeah, it was incredible, about a homeless man that is like homeless, but he's not worthless. So let's talk about how we treat people just because they're in a homeless situation. It was pretty amazing. So every time they were like, thank you, 10, thank you, 15, thank you. And I was like, yeah, thank you so much. And then they were like, break a leg. And I was like, okay, I don't want to break my leg for real.
yes.
Not literally break a leg, but not literally. That would be an extra statement, right?
Yeah.
But so now the thing is, with acting, it seems like, because I literally every day at a certain time, my son and I had to go rushing out of the house for like weeks on end. I was like, this is some serious hard work. Acting is no joke. It is no joke. So you have to be committed to this. Talk about commitment for a minute. What does it take to have your dream come true?
Oh, it does take a lot. It really does. You literally have to, get your schedule cleared out. Well, if cleared out, they do work with you, but they mostly expect you to have your, this is your summer, like especially for a big summer show. If you're doing a summer show, they expect you to be there at rehearsals all the time and know your stuff, because when it comes crunch time, tech week, no error, because you're gonna see devil sometimes, because they're like, if you don't know your stuff by tech week, and same with a smaller show, but like smaller shows are typically easy, but it's still the same, still the same thing and everything.
And I think, the interesting part is that translates over to life for everyone that's watching, whether you're interested in theater or whether you're interested in working your first job or whether you're interested in climbing the corporate ladder, whatever it takes, there are things that acting pretty much teaches you, in my opinion. And so commitment is something that you have to be able to say, this is the time that I'm carving out. It's almost like a balance perspective from my perspective, since this show is a lot about how people balance different aspects of their lives. Acting reminds me of that, because if you're committed to something, then be committed to it and just do it. and don't make a bunch of
Definitely.
excuses. But when it's time to do it, do what you say you're going to do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it
Yes,
reminds
ma'am.
me of. The directors, they don't care at all whether your feelings are hurt. I've never seen such intensity when it comes to acting. The directors are like, did you not study your stuff that you said you were going to study? Well, maybe you need to go
Mm-hmm.
home. They're very intense. Do you experience that
Yes.
on your end?
I have, I have, and and I do take it to heart, but like it's not like a they hurt me, but like it's like a I believe in you, Tyler, and that's what I needed because I did one show last summer, which was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Make sure I said it
Oh,
right. That was a joke
she
last
was
year.
saying something
That
else.
was
I
a
was like,
joke last.
what?
I know because that was the big old topic in the cast last year. But I was committed to that role
Well,
because
okay,
I
say that.
faced
Say
my
that one more
fears.
time. Say that one more time, Tyler, because it sounded like something totally different. Say it again.
I know I'm doing it again. Uh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Oh no, I did it again. That was the big deal. Oh my gosh, I'm live. And my people are watching probably. Oh my god.
OMG. You're gonna make me crack up your poets here start coming down. Oh,
And people are watching it to be like, oh Lord. But yeah,
okay. What he's saying
that
is
show.
chitty. You gotta be
Yes,
saying
what she said.
C H
I'm
I
sorry.
T Chitty. 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 Chitty.
I knew I was gonna say it wrong.
Okay, so you did a production surrounding the bang bang, chitty bang
Yeah,
bang. Okay. What was
yeah.
that about? Oh, that's
It was
funny.
about a flying car, about a flying car, and a dad who was trying to make his kids, happy because they say this car that can fly and floats on water, and we actually had the car on stage, and guess who had to drive it? Me.
You
I faced my fears
did you? And
driving a
you were
car on
driving
stage.
in midair. Wow. How do you know
Hmm.
which roles are the best ones to pick for yourself? Like, how do you determine that this is
Ooh.
the role that would fit my personality?
That's a good question. I've always wanted to be asked that. I do my research. I look up like the type of character they are, the vocal range if it's a musical, the personality if I can reach the range, or if I can go if it's a different play that I've not even heard of, like especially with plays I've never heard of. I like to do my little uh, uh, research and just dive in and be like, this is interesting, or
Mm.
this part good for me. But sometimes I just go sometimes be like, I'm gonna just if I don't even get it, I want to challenge myself to my best
Right.
of the ability.
Well,
Hmm.
I was in a play with my son, and first of all, I don't even watch horror films. I just don't like horror films that much. But this particular play, he was in it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to be bringing him every day to this theater anyway, so why
Hmm.
not see if I can sign up for something instead of just sitting in the car for 2 hours while he's at rehearsal. And so I signed up, and I was a zombie in a comedic version of Night of the Living Dead. So I was like,
Ooh.
"Ooh," with face paint and black dots and stuff. Like I was like being, it was so crazy. But it was also, believe it or not, it was so fun and rewarding because it gave me and my son a chance to bond. I got the opportunity to see how serious people take
Hmm.
this profession. It's not, every person, they sat around in a round tables. We read our scripts. I feel like the people, when you are acting, and you can tell me if you feel differently, that it's such
Hmm.
a bonding experience that you almost become connected for life as things go on in life. Is that
Hmm.
what you found?
Definitely. Every cast I've ever been with becomes like a second family, and like really because you're with them for a few months, so
Right,
you're gonna be with them regardless. But this like you meet new people and then you have familiar faces. But I love meeting new people, so like I'm like the person being like, hey, nice to meet you, and there's
right.
always nervous people like because I was like that too. I was like, hey, you're gonna be okay. Don't be scared of the director. She ain't gonna rip your head off.
Right.
She just wants everybody to do the good job. But and I just send on good vibes. Hey, you're doing a good job. Even during intermission and during the show, I'm like, hey, have a good show, have
Right.
fun, and because I know I've met people who were scared of like performing in front of like an audience, and so I
Right.
come up with a little trick and be like, just pretend it's a rehearsal. Just
Right.
pretend they're
Yeah.
not even out there.
That's good advice, Tyler, and that's good. That's a good tip as a takeaway for everyone, that act like you're just at rehearsal so you can keep on being in your rehearsal mode if you're interested in acting, versus like you're in front of this big crowd that's coming in and they're rotating through. There are hundreds of people coming to see Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I was a part of that performance, and I was one of the lead actresses in that, as Dr. Princess wife, and then Sydney Portier's, mom. So I was like really serious. I was like, okay, Kim, and the director, he was like, okay, Kim, you're gonna have to kind of lose all of that 21st century stuff, that vibe that you have of you're this mother dreamer, the balance doctor, this talk show host. You got this attitude like I can grab life and take it on by the horns, bring it all to me type. No, he was like, the 1960s. Okay, you at Woolworth. He said you need to change. I'm frozen, Mackenzie. Am I frozen? Mackenzie said I'm frozen, or somebody's frozen. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't realize I was frozen. Let me look right quick on my screen, because one of my assistants is saying that I am frozen, and I don't want to be frozen while I'm talking to you guys. So no one is frozen. Oh, okay. No, we're not frozen, Tyler. Okay. So oh, it was her screen. Okay. But you know what? This is great too.
Oh.
When you have technical assistance, let's talk about that for a second. Because having technical assistance, even in the back office, you have to rely heavily on what they're saying versus you just saying, well, no, I'm not frozen. Well, they said you're frozen. So you need to listen to the backstage people. Right? Tell us about your experience in dealing with the backstage and acting.
Oh yes, the backstage people, I gotta give it to them. They break their backs. They take countless hours of, I give it to everybody, the set builders, the people that bring on the set pieces, the costumists. I've had a lot of people who've had help me with costumes, because sometimes I would have to get off stage and change in 2 minutes, and they were there right there, because I would have anxiety, be like, oh man, I have 2 minutes to I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to get on, and then they're like, boom, and I thank them, because people think the actors are, which they are, we do great, but they don't understand how it gets put on, because we have help back there. It's not just us, the actors. We have to get the amazing lighting, the set, the sound, and everything. And I just gotta give it to them, because and I think every show I've done, I thank the crew, because they really work tirelessly to make us look good, basically. And I really, if anybody's watching, who's been in the crew, we appreciate you.
We totally, and I mean, I'm only saying I'm not an actress for real, like at that level, like you guys are. I've just been in a few productions with my son, but every person backstage, they took their role just as seriously as the people that were on the stage. And so I thought it was a tremendous amount of teamwork and camaraderie and companionship and friendship, and just some great overall life building skills is what I gathered from being in the theater productions that I've been in. And it's like, I thought literally each production that I've been in, I would have thought that those people, like the people that were acting with the gift, with the crew and the cast and everything, I thought they were people that were together for many, like 20 years. They've always been together. It's people that were on look, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Stewart, and in the cast of them, and Mr. Wrestler with the person that did the Night of the Living Dead. Each of those individual cast productions, I feel like they were like professional traveling teams. And here I was like this new person, me and my son, and I was like, have these people been together for like 20, 30 years? Because they were like lockstep. marching to the same beat. Everybody was like, okay, come here, get hemmed, go there. No, you cannot have glitter on your shoes. Scratch that with a piece of black tape. They were like lockstep in sync. So I don't know, is that something that
Mm-hmm.
is taught in acting to be that uniform? Because there was no confusion at all.
Um, everything has to be in place. I guess like I said, I just see them once in a while, the backstage people, because I'm more focused on like my lines and everything. But yeah, everything's like, it's just like the actors. They gotta know their role. Like hey, like if especially doing a musical, if there's a set piece, um, they have to do it right then when the blackout goes on, or um, a lighting change, or the curtain shutting. They have headsets, so they're like, hey, do this, do that, and sometimes they have to be like, if people are in the way of people that are like
Right.
move, and they hate to be mean, but like you're about to get plummeled by like a big old set piece, or like the big curtain bag is going to go down. So yeah, but I just I think everyone has a role no matter what it is. That's what I've learned this year, because I've actually worked backstage this year for a show, which I've never done before, because I'm more comfortable on the stage. And
Do
but
you think
yeah.
people should? Do you think people should work backstage if they are really forefront kind of people in the actors and actresses?
I think I well, I think people who don't want to be on stage can do it if they're like really shy. Like I know, like I've seen a lot of people who just want to do like do the makeup for actors or do the costumes, but for some reason, through the years I've been acting, I've actually been transitioning. Like what would it be like to be a stage manager one day, or actually
Right.
direct a production? And because I've been with a lot of directors and see how they direct, and be like,
That's good.
they're not always going to be nice, which they have to, because they're trying to be, hey, I got a deadline here, and it's
They're not
okay,
trying
like
to be your friend. I can tell you that. I saw a few times where people rustled up against the director. I was like, "Ooh, wrong move," because they will put
wrong
you
move.
straight in your place. They're like, "Look, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to tell you what's going to happen in this production." And I really think that
Mm-hmm.
in life, again, it equates back over to being realistic in what can happen in your jobs, in your dreams, in your goals, in your business, in your to-dos, in your tasks. Everything that you have to accomplish in life requires that level of sternness. What am I going to get accomplished today? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that approach with those directors. Okay, so talk to us about your dreams, your goals, when you started seeing them really unfold, where you're like, this thing is really going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, my first community theater, when I was 15 years old. This is the funny story. It's actually the moment that really got me. So, after I finished doing middle school theater, I was sad because Natasha Wall was like my mentor, basically. Like I owe everything to her for getting me started, and
Right.
her daughter did some of the shows with the youth here and everything. And so I was like, I want to do that, but I was always shy, very, very, very shy as a kid. I know people are shocked now. They're like, you were shy. And I'm like, yep, I was very shy. It was shocking because people were like, you don't seem shy. Yep, I was very shy. But I remember my grandma was at the store one day, and she said she saw her at the store, and she's like, I want you to go tell Tyler there's a show happening in the spring of the following year, and I want him to go audition because I know he really loves this. And so
Right.
and I
Your
did.
grandma went up and
And I
approached her?
she approached my grandma.
Oh,
She
okay,
Yeah, she
okay.
was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, go tell Tyler to go audition for the show because I know he really loves it. And so I did, not knowing what the show was at the time. So I went. And it's before I even know how to prepare for a show or what you do to prepare for an audition, if it's a singing audition. But so I went, and I was scared, even though I was the only one there. Like there was people there. Like I was like, okay. They're like, okay, what's your name? I'm like, I'm Tyler Poplin, and where you're gonna be singing? I was like, good night, sweetheart, good night, because I didn't know. And so I
Right.
sung, They were like, you got a good tenor voice. And I was like, okay. And they're like dancing. I was like, uh oh, dancing,
You got a
dancing, and
triple
the
threat?
dance. Oh yeah, I can dance now, but then I was like iffy a little bit. I've improved.
Okay, okay, okay.
But like I remember dancing that song and I was like, okay, just watch the girl. And there was a girl, demonstrating, and then she danced it with me, and then I had to do it by myself. I was so scared. And then they're like, you actually did a good job. They're like, we like your effort for trying something new, because I've never
Right.
done a musical before since then. And then I read from the script, and then they told me they would, call me and let me know. And then I was in my very first show. I know.
Oh,
I
congratulations. So just like that, right out of you were nervous. You were put on the
mm-hmm,
spot to do something you've never done, which is dance
mm-hmm.
with some level of rhythm that
Yes.
you clearly didn't have at that time, right? And so you were kind
Yes,
of like
ma'am.
patterning yourself after the other person, like, Lord, help me, help me, help me,
Help
But
me.
you did it and you got the
mm-hmm,
part. So
mm-hmm.
then after that came all of the practices and everything
Yes.
along with that. So you've since
Mm-hmm.
then, have you landed more parts that you're proud of?
Yes, ma'am. I am very proud of the parts I have gotten in the years. Like I literally, that I owe it to like every show I've done in the beginning, leading up to now. I learned something every role I do or every show I do. I learn something way totally different. And so yeah, it's. I still get the butterflies, but I'm not as nervous as I was the first time, because you're like, oh, I've been doing this for, eh, so you get kind of used to it, but but the excitement is still there. Just like doing the show
So Are
itself,
you a part? Are you a part of some different like groups? Because some people that are interested in acting, they don't know where to start. So they're like, this gentleman is on, he's telling us about his journey, but where do I start if I want to be an actor or an actress?
Well, basically, you can start doing in your middle school or high school, kind of like how I did, or if you have a local theater like I do, you have a local theater, go audition and just go have fun, believe in yourself, because we're all gonna have people being like, oh, you can't do that or you can't do this, and I still deal with them, but you don't pay them no mind. You do what you want to do, follow your dream, because that's what I've been doing all my life. I've had people be like, well, you don't sound good, or you're not going to get the part you want. And I did a couple years ago. I got my childhood dream role, Bert and Mary Poppins, and I proved them people wrong. And so,
Mhm.
but yeah, anybody watching, yeah, just go out, middle school, high school, local theater, or come to a town near you. Yeah, they'll love to have you.
That's good. And do you recommend too, like, if there's a part that you're playing, like in my case, I was playing the role of Mary, who was, with in the performance, Look Who's Coming to Dinner, and I had to really
Mm-hmm.
get in character, but I needed
Mm-hmm.
to find out like what was happening during the time frame that she was coming into who she was as a mom and how she would kind
Mm-hmm.
of respond to her husband and to her son with him being in an interracial relationship. How do you
Mm-hmm.
recommend that people look at the characters and try to emulate them, or do you recommend that you stay clear of that and just go with your version of the character?
Um, I'm gonna quote someone from a director that I've worked with before. She said, "You can pay homage to, like, if a famous person, or it's based on a movie. Like, I'm gonna give an example. Mary Poppins. I played Bert, made famous by Dick Van Dyke. Um, I was so just in awe of his performance in that movie, and I knew in the back of my mind I wasn't gonna play it like him. And my
Right.
director really, he was like, you don't have to completely shut him away. You can have little, like, bits and pieces of, like, pay homage, but do you. This is all about, Tyler's version.
Hmm.
And but other than that, yeah, like if you want to like do what I do, I look at who's played it before. I don't watch them because they really encourage you, do not watch any of them,
Right.
because it could mess up your interpretation. But
Right.
it's not, but it's okay to watch, to get familiar with the material, because sometimes I'm like, because I never watched the Bang Bang movie before until last year, before I
The
got
bang
cast, and I
bang.
was like, yeah. Bang bang.
Let's leave it at that.
I feel so bad though.
You're leaving a CH
I
sound
can't
and
say
turning
it.
into an S.
Oh my gosh. If anybody's
That's
watching
so
this, they're like, Tyler, Tyler, Tyler.
So now that you've been acting, Tyler, and it's been since you were a kid, basically, how how close do you feel you are to your dream becoming a true reality, or do you feel like you're living the dream right now?
I feel like I'm living the dream. I still got a far, way to go. But like, just any opportunity I get to do, it's like a dream come true. I'm thankful for the opportunity I get, to be a part of, and just like, and bring so much joy to people who are probably going through something very, traumatic, and they go to see a funny show or
Yeah,
a show I think is thought provoking. I love those shows where they make you like, ooh, I needed something to feel good about, and that's why I love having audiences like come in not expecting nothing. Like I've actually had one audience member say that I was going to come tonight, but my wife made me come, and your performance really touched me, and that really made me really choked up. But I was like, I appreciate it. And then there's some who are like, well, can I join this group? And I'm like, yeah, talk to our director, or go follow them on their pages, because we're always looking, for people who are interested. And there's some people that are like, well, I don't want to be on stage. Well, there's always an opportunity to help out involved in, because we always need help.
yeah, that's a good point. And now, as far as acting, one question that's being asked is, are you like a paid actor, and are you able to make like a living off of what you are doing as an actor? And also, everyone, before you answer that question, now is a good time for you to start typing your questions for our upcoming flash round. So if you have questions of Tyler, as we're starting to get some questions coming in, then I'll be happy to ask those questions
Mm-hmm.
specifically. Gives him a chance to connect with you as the studio audience, and you can ask direct questions. You can also just send shout outs and encouragement to just encourage him on his journey as well. So I bring guests on like Tyler to be able to inspire
Mm-hmm.
someone or some of your family members that may be watching that's interested in pursuing acting. Acting is a part of life, and some people are really passionate about it. And I want to make sure that I talk to every aspect of your life here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Something that can be real,
Mm-hmm.
relevant, and relatable to what you may be experiencing in your family. So take this
Mm-hmm.
information and utilize it. Teach your children some of the information that Tyler's sharing. So before we go
Mm-hmm.
further, Tyler's already shared a few things that I think is very important, which is act like you are at rehearsal when it's time to perform. And that's true for life. Act like you're just in the comfort of your own home when you're talking to someone. Act like you're talking to your mom or your dad or someone if you're interviewing. Don't act like it's somebody that's this big, bad, big wolf type of thing. So these are great takeaway points. You said be prepared. Being prepared is the
Mm-hmm.
key. Another great point that you made. So all of these are
Mm-hmm.
some good takeaways for life lessons as well. Okay, so and you said follow your dreams too. Believe in yourself. These are good
Mm-hmm.
points. Thank you. And thank you all for typing. Okay, so question about the acting and paid roles and stuff. Thoughts?
Oh, I don't really do. I want to eventually get to do that one day, but I do nonprofit theater, which is we just do it because of the the joy of doing theater. It's a nonprofit, which is and eventually I do want to go and get paid to do it. But I'm just having fun because I at first it started as a hobby, and then I was like, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. And then I want this to be my passion, because if I'm being like a beacon of light, to so many people I've come in contact with, they've encouraged me in my life. I've had people who were scared, and I'm like, hey, I got you. It's gonna be okay, because there's some that would. I was that kid before where I would beat myself up because I couldn't get a dance move right. And I know one person one time, she was just so beaten up on herself, and she was like, I can't get this dance right. I'm like, hey,
Right.
it's gonna be okay.
Gonna
You'll
be
get this,
fine.
and it'd be fine. And she really should. I needed that today, because I felt like, and she thought the director was yelling at her. No, 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 no. She's just trying to say don't, because I still beat myself up when I don't get nothing right, but I
We
don't let
all
it
do.
control me. Mm-hmm. definitely.
We
And
all
so
do.
like, and that girl, and she was like, I appreciate you helping me. I'm like, and then when we had time to ourselves, I was like, hey, I'll teach you how to do the dance. And then she she got the hang of it about the 2 weeks before show, and she got it right every time.
Good, good, very good. And you know what? That's what I did notice as well too, was that a lot of the performances that I've done is
Mm-hmm.
more volunteer, but people are doing it like they're getting paid millions. So it's not like they're
Yep.
just being unaccountable or shortcutting it because they're not getting paid. They did it with so much passion and so much intensity and so much commitment. And so I
Mm-hmm.
love that. And it wasn't,
Me
and they,
too.
they weren't getting paid in a lot of those different roles. So how do people that are actors sustain themselves if they're working with nonprofit kind of theaters? Any suggestions or thoughts on how to maintain their income?
Um, I they have fundraisers that they do that I know. We do fundraisers. They do uh yeah,
No, but
fundraisers. We sell.
how do you get paid as a person? Do you just work, people work their other regular jobs as actors and then they come and do this on the
Mm-hmm.
side? Because that's what I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that.
I
I
know
had to
they're
take
gonna
note. I'm
raise
like, wait a
that
minute.
fund.
Yeah. These are all people who live normal lives, and they come in and do the show, and then like, yeah, which is amazing. Like, you would not think, someone who works down the street has amazing voice. You're like,
Right.
you've been hiding that on me. And then you
Mhm.
got people who are amazing dancers who, are dressed in like in a business suit or a business dress in an office, and then they're like, you see them in like in a tutu or like in a gospel robe, and they're like up there doing like a gospel, like, whoa, it's
Right. Oh yeah, you
amazing.
definitely
Like,
could not imagine me being Mary in a 1960s movie, but I was like,
mm-hmm.
John, no, no, John, John. And I was like,
Bravo, bravo.
what happens to men when they get old? Why does everything, I mean, so it was just so dramatic and it was so opposite.
Yes, I've had those roles before where like, whoa, this is totally opposite. So it's gonna be
Total
fun to
opposite.
hide because. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is this is funny, but there are, another thing that I do recognize too, and Tyler, this may happen with you, is that sometimes when we're doing these like volunteer roles in passion
Mm-hmm.
for acting or whatever, I noticed that quite a few paid opportunities come from the perspective of the director refers you. Like that's what happened a
Mm-hmm.
couple of times with me and my son. The actual
Mm-hmm.
director referred us for a paid national commercial. And so some different paid
Mm.
opportunities do come up and then they start referring you because you volunteered with them. So I don't know. And that's something just as a
Mm.
takeaway for everyone. Are you in college or what are you currently doing right now?
Currently, I am, working, trying to, well, currently finding a job right now because I did have a job, but I just, took, because of COVID,
Oh yeah,
that's
a lot of
COVID,
people
right?
get impacted. Right. Well,
But
how's acting
other than that,
happening with COVID?
acting, oh, it's been really different, as we can all tell. I've done a lot of virtual, actually, in this room. I've done virtual, but I've actually, this past summer, I actually got out of the house and do a show called The Virtual Family. And that was so much fun, let me tell you.
That's
But we were
awesome.
safety protocol. We were 6 feet apart, wore a mask, hand sanitizer, but other than that, it was just fun to get out of the house.
That's
Really.
good. And where can people find your performances?
We do our performances. I know we do the big summer show at the Stanley County Agra Civic Center. And then for our, fall and spring shows, we find like a little small stage area to do like the little small shows like that. But our big musicals are at the ag, and they've been really gracious to the RA players because I remember
Right.
Really, it's a great stage to put on a show. So,
Well, I definitely want to learn more about like when your next performance is and how can we see
oh
it if
yeah,
we participate. Is that something that's what you sent me?
uh-huh.
Is,
Yeah, that
is
is
that the
my
thing that
next
you
project
sent
that I'm
me?
doing right now.
Say it again.
That is my next project that I'm doing that I sent you.
Okay, let me
That we're
let me
doing,
pull that.
the Yari players.
Is that the one with the murder thing on the front?
Yes, uh-huh. That's
Oh,
the
okay,
what
okay.
I'm doing
I
right
want to
now.
I want to pull that up. Let me pull to see if I can get to that. There it is. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So how do I get to this? Now I'm gonna see if you see me leaning in, it's because I'm trying to figure out how to share share this. Give me 1 second.
You're good.
Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Okay, so you guys can see this. Yay. So it's tell us what I'm looking at, what we're looking at.
This is our fall radio show that we're doing for a Halloween this year. And it's so witty, it's humorous, it is completely just madness. It is completely hilarious. It is a 1940s radio show, and it is directed by, I'm gonna give her a shout out, our director Amanda Griffey, and the
Amanda
technical
Griffey is the
director
director.
and our technical director is James Cotton. And it's such a funny show. It has got like, murder mystery thing, but it's mostly hilarious. It's
And
really
let's
funny. And mhm.
the date. Let's look at the date. Thursday. I can't see without my glasses. So let me see. You have to say. So this performance is Murder Unlimited, and it is okay, Thursday, October 29th at 6 p.m. Oh, and it's on WZKY and at 7 p.m. on WSPC. Where are these are stations, radio stations? Oh, okay.
Radio stations, like back in the 1940s, I heard people did plays on the radio, and
Ah,
people would gather around the radio and listen to a old fashioned radio. And it's really neat how they do it. It's really neat.
ah. I love this idea. So in the 1940s, murder was a business, a man's business, but Dorothy Scott will stop at nothing to prove that she can be the reporter who gets the scoop on Murder Unlimited. But she can catch a killer without becoming the next victim. Tune in to find out how. This production is directed by Amanda Griffey and recorded and edited by James Cotton. And so the radio stations are WSPC 1010 AM and 107.3 FM. And it's on this flyer here. You can see it on Thursday, October 20, or hear it on Thursday, October 29th at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. And then on Friday, October 30th at 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. And then Saturday, October 31st, which is Halloween, directly at 8 p.m. on WZKY Radio. WZKY 1580 AM and 103.3 FM. So it's multiple stations that it'll be broadcast on. And what we'll do is put this flyer some kind of way so that you guys can be able to, well, you can see it right here on the show. So you can go back and get the information right here on the show. This is great. Congratulations on your upcoming performance. Okay, now that I've been in the screen like that, I was trying to see.
Thank you.
And Shannon's back there laughing at me. I can see you, Shannon, laughing at me. That's what
Thank
vacation does
you.
for you. It's like, this is really cool. So you're going to be able to be in a great upcoming performance. And let's go to the flash round. A few people have questions and comments. Rosalind
Ooh.
said, hey, search for auditions, read, research, and prepare. Show the director what you think they want in your own style. Example, laughing. Try holding your laugh. Then make it uncontrollable.
Yes.
Great
Yes,
advice.
that's a good question. Great advice.
That's funny. They'll be like, girl, get that drama queen out of here. That's what they would say to me, Tyler. They're like, she is too
There's
dramatic.
been trust me, there's been times where there would things be happening and we all just bust out laughing. And then the director's like, "Well, don't do it on show night. We can do it during rehearsal, but don't do it on the show night." And I've
Yeah, they're
had
serious.
plenty
The
of those.
directors are serious. They are serious. They
Mm-hmm.
don't
They're
play
very
that much.
serious.
I'm not doing much playing at all. Congratulations, Rosalind said as well.
Thank you, Rosalind.
Hey, listen, everybody. I want to make sure you know that the Kim Jacobs Show, I would encourage you to please subscribe and take a minute to turn on your notifications, encourage your friends. And let me put that up there. It's the Kim Jacobs Show. All you have to do is go right to my YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and let everybody know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air. Oh, Tyler, you want to tell people to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show? let me put that up.
Subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, right where I'm pointing at, right there.
I cut you off. Say it again.
Yes, subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. Yes.
Thank you so much. I know you're acting over there, and I appreciate your assistance. Okay. And also, I think we're enjoying ourselves, laughing more than anything else. But at some point, if you would like to put a link on Facebook or something for people to see any kind of clip of your acting, we'd love to be able to highlight that as well and let people see it. I don't know if there's a clip I can go to. You can tell me and I'll go to it as well. But sometimes I notice that the nonprofit theaters don't always record the shows. Is that the case with you all too?
We do record our shows, which is great memories. I know some theaters don't, but we are very gracious to be able to do that. I'm grateful because there's great memories, because they'd be like, it's like not trying to think of like a time that's a word, time capsule. I can go back, like the show I was speaking of, my first show, I actually watched it a couple of months ago, and I was like, I've come a long way. Because I'd be like, because not in a bad way, but I was critiquing and yes, that's probably I don't know if you're gonna ask that, but when I watch myself like this, like you were doing, I'm like, did I do that part right? Did I sing that line right? Did I say that line more enthusiastic? So I'm my own worst. Well, we are all our worst critics. So when I watch myself, I enjoy it, but then I'm like, did I do my best? So.
Aw, that's my best friend.
Yay, Emma.
Is it he fina or he finna? Tell me, I don't know that terminology. What is that?
And he fina. I guess I'm fine, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like. Okay, y'all, you know what? Y'all not gonna do this to me. I'm 50. Okay, so when y'all using this terminology and all this shortcut wording is throwing me off. I was like, he fitting like where I grew up from the projects, he fitting to go to the store. I was like, is he fitting or is he finer? I don't know what's happening to me on this show today. Okay, so he finer. He finer meaning
Thanks,
he's like
Emma.
lit. Okay, fine. Or something like that. Okay.
She's awesome. She's my sister, actually. So I love you, Emma. Aw.
Love you, Emma. And yes, he's finer. He's finer. He's not fitting to go to the store. He's finer. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Oh, don't make me cry on the show, Emma. Don't make me cry. Aw.
I love when I have guests that are just full of life and excitement. What do you attribute that to, Tyler? What do you attribute your joy and your happiness and your enthusiasm for life to?
I really thank God, for just allowing me, give me this gift, honestly, because without him, I wouldn't have this amazing voice, gift, opportunity for anything. Mostly, and family and friends too. Like I've had friends come and go, but like I've always had my grandma, mostly my grandma and my dad, because she's taken me far beyond than anybody would. She's took me to the auditions, took me to the rehearsals and the stage plays of the shows, and come to every show she could. And she really is my number one fan, I basically can say. And she cries at every show, no matter what it is. And I'm like, Mother, she embarrassed me. She's like, that's my boy. That's my boy. I'm like, yeah.
That's good. That's wonderful. Yes. Wonderful. So what's next for you, Tyler? What's coming up next in the future of Tyler? Type.
I hope I hope I can do another show on the stage. Uh well, hopefully if COVID's gone, hopefully. Do another just keep doing what I'm keep doing. You know, I hopefully eventually get to branch out of my community theater and get to do some at, like you said, Oak Courthouse Theater, Lee Street, Piedmont Players, all these amazing theaters that we have locally. And yeah, because I've been like in this little huddle space. I'm ready to branch out, but it's like, but it's home, like it's home to me. But I would love to go see how different theaters, because I know every theater is different, so I like to see how they do their shows and everything. That's what I like to do.
Good. So now people that are nervous about taking that first step of, okay, I am getting ready to pursue a dream, whatever the dream is. What do you recommend what's just a few steps that you recommend that they take to get out of their shell, out of their fear zone? What do you recommend?
I recommend just go in, breathe. They're not gonna bite you. they're not gonna. They're not going to. That's what I thought. Don't. Hey, I was like that too. They're not gonna bite you. Go in with confidence. Like think about, I got this. I deserve to be here, like as anybody else, and just believe in yourself. That's what it is. Because I had to find that a long time ago. Because every rehearsal I've done, I've gotten a lot more confident, confident, and just believe in yourself. Mostly, that's the most important thing I do, is believe in yourself, and don't and if people say you can't do it, show them. That's what I do. I show people, like, oh, you know that I can do it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. So go in and breathe. They are not going to bite you. Go in with confidence and believe in yourself. That's really good. Really
definitely.
good. They won't bite. Go in with confidence. They won't bite. And let me see. Somebody else put a comment up here. I don't want to disregard. Okay.
Oh,
I really want to thank this woman for letting you be on her show. I totally see big things coming your way, man. Emma, thank
that
you.
is so sweet, Emma.
Now you're gonna make me cry. Emma, no, seriously, I appreciate the opportunity to interview. I interview celebrities. I interview everyday wonderful people that just have a story to share regarding what you've overcome to become who you are, and how you can help other people know that this thing called life can be managed. It can be done. It can happen. So we don't have to be victims to our circumstances or our situations, but we can make it in life. So Emma, please feel free to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show and help spread the word that the Kim Jacobs Show is here virtually on the air, and it's Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have tomorrow Miss Yvette Scott will be on, and she's going to be talking with us about her book, and it's some great information that she will be sharing tomorrow. Then I also have the woman that is in charge of that pink slip that we sometimes get, and how we can get past just getting the pink slip and going on in life. And she will be on Wednesday. Thursday, I have a young man that has a YouTube channel where he deals a lot with celebrities. He recently interviewed Columbus Short and Fantasia and different people that's been on his show. He's going to be on Thursday. And Friday is what? It's Freestyle Friday, which means that you guys get the opportunity to determine what the topics will be. So you can go ahead and start inboxing me, texting me, FaceTiming, whatever you want to do to let me know that this is a topic you want to discuss on Friday, on our Freestyle Friday. Today's episode sponsor, I need to make sure I get that in. Today's episode is sponsored by Start My Trucking Company. Let me make sure I share that, which I did not do on today's episode. They'd be like, I'm not a sponsor. Let me be like, what? You gotta say my company. Let's see. StartMyTruckingCompany.com. And I encourage you, if you're interested in starting your own trucking business from scratch, definitely reach out to Start My Trucking Company. It's moving in the box. 214-699-5009. 214-699-5009. You can also email them at info@startmytruckingcompany.com. You're going to learn things like how to create your business plan, how to learn everything you need to know about the trucking industry. And even if you're interested in international routes, you'll learn that as well. Now, the owner has over 30 years of experience, so there's so much that you'll learn. If you're interested in me connecting you directly to them, then let me know that as well. And you can email me at Kim@thebalancedoctor, and I'll put that in the comments section here, Kim@thebalancedoctor.tv, and I'll connect you right with the owner. So keep that in mind if you're interested in starting your own trucking company. Okay. What's any final thoughts that you want to share with everyone? Tyler, this time goes fast, doesn't it?
Oh yes, it did. My final thought. I just really appreciate you letting me come in and telling my story about becoming an actor, because I still got a long way to go, but like I've come really far. I've improved a lot. I've took a lot of notes from past people, directors, past actors who have go on to do bigger and better other things. But I just really appreciate you letting me go on here, mostly because I was trying to find somebody like, who could I get interviewed and let me explain this, because not a lot of people, they know me by the stage, but they don't know how I got started and everything unless we talk. Hey, you ready? You sit down and get some coffee. That's how you'll know. But getting to
Right.
be able to do this is a great opportunity.
So do you think everyone can pursue their dreams, or is it just special people that can pursue their dreams? What's your thoughts on that?
I think everybody has a dream. Everybody, no matter who you are, you all have a dream. I really do. Like, not everybody does acting, and that's totally fine, because like Miss Wall, Natasha Wall, she said not everyone plays basketball, not everyone goes hunting, not everyone goes does sports. They have to have an outlet, and that's another outlet, and unless you do both, you do basketball and acting and football and stuff, but like everyone has a dream, and they can follow it. I really believe they can.
Do you have any desire to work with any specific actor in life, or have you ever worked with a big actor?
I've never worked with a big actor, but my biggest actor, he's on Broadway, Hugh Jackman. He is a really good one to me. I liked him in The Greatest Showman. That is,
I love him on that. Oh my God.
Yes, it's so like really anthem, like a very good anthem show. Like that'd be really good to play one day if it ever gets to be on Broadway, then licensed, because I would love to.
That would be I watched that show. I watched that performance, and I felt like I was taken away with his performance. It was super incredibly special how he acted in that role, because he took us into his world, So yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, you never know. Through the Kim Jacobs show, you might can meet Hugh Jackman, right?
You
never
Hope
know.
So.
Never know. So there you have it, everybody. And you never know who knows who. Somebody could be Hugh Jackman's cousin, and they said, oh my gosh, it's Tyler Poplin's dream to meet you and to work with you in some capacity. So if you know Hugh Jackman and from The Greatest Showman on Earth performance, please make sure you let him know that Tyler Poplin is looking for him to connect and learn some tips from him and possibly even perform with him. There you have it.
I would die. I'd be like, oh no. And my grandma would too, because she's a big fan too.
Oh, and guess what? Anything is possible. I believe that with my whole heart. So I don't have fear of other people. So if there's a way for me to reach out to them, I will. If you know any way, contact anything, I got you. I'll be like, look here, I had Tyler Poplin. You don't know who Tyler Poplin is? Then you're missing out, Hugh. And anytime celebrities have fans and people that they admire, I think it's actually an honor to be considered someone else's role model, or an opportunity to help shape another person's life. So I really wish you the best in your endeavors as you pursue your acting journey. And I believe that your dreams are all going to come true. I really,
Thank you so much.
You want to get a tune or anything before? Let me say, I'm going to let you close out. Think about what you're going to do, because you got to do something. Since I didn't show a clip, I didn't show an acting thing. So you take about 1 minute or so back there and just get your mind right, because you got to do something. Hit a tune or something. Let me let y'all know this right quick, and then we're gonna close out with Tyler Poplin. Ty Poplin doing something on this show. Quest Church prayer line is starting now at 978-990-5000. Access code is 322-083#. Monday through Friday, Pastor Jacobs and Quest Church, they're having prayer. And what's happening is we get on Pastor Jacobs on Monday, recaps Sunday's message. And then on Tuesday through Friday, there's prayer specifically regarding COVID and regarding everything that's happening in our world. We need prayer. Hurricane Delta, you name it, everything's happening. It's a lot of stuff going on, and prayer is needed across the land. So make sure you be a part of the prayer line from 12 to 12:30. If you'd like to support the Kim Jacobs Show, which I really hope that you will support the Kim Jacobs Show, because this is my income and my staff's income and ways to be able to sustain ourselves and have this be a daily show. You can do so by Cash Apping Kim Jacobs Inc. Any amount of your choice is helpful. And then paypal.com/Kim Jacobs Inc. You can also become a Patreon member, which is only $12 a month. And that gives you exclusive after party content from some of my guests. So make sure you become a Patreon member today. Patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. So thank you guys. It's my final words, because I'm going to let Tyler close us out. But thank you for tuning in, and tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and you know what? I do need to say this too, because I didn't say this, but you're going to close us out. Mm-hmm. One of my friends, mothers of murdered offsprings, Miss Judy Williams, and many of you see me wear this pendant every day. And even though Gabriel, my son, was not murdered, she's a co-founder of Mothers of Murdered Offsprings, and she passed away this weekend. So I want to give my condolences to the Howard family, to the Williams family. She made an indelible mark in this community, standing up for justice for those that are mothers that have offsprings that have passed away due to murder. And so she always provides pendants and memorabilia so that people have a keepsake for their loved ones. And I wanted to give homage to her and her family, let them know that we're praying for their entire family, and you have our deepest sympathy and condolences. Okay. I wanted to tell you that because he specifically gave me this for Gabe, and I wear it, and I want to be buried in it. Okay. So as we close out today's show, Mr. Tyler Poplin is going to close us out with something that will be extraordinary. Come on, bring it, Tyler, bring it. Let Hugh Jackman hear you through the air.
Shoot.
Huh? Hello? Are you frozen? No.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, no. Okay,
I'm so sorry about that.
I thought that was a part of the act. I was like, what's happening to me? Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm here.
I think you did that on purpose. That made me break into a sweat, Tyler.
I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. Close us out, Tyler.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Oh, are we still recording?
Yes, we're still live.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you acting, or what is happening to me?
So what?
Okay, close us out.
Oh, yeah. How about I don't get in trouble for doing this, but I'm gonna give you a little taste of my character of Murder Unlimited. So here he is. He's hilarious. I see. You mean like this? Dun dun dun. And you gotta find out what happens next.
First of all, that's hilarious. And the funniest piece is the whole closeout that you did, even though I guess it was a glitch, was actually hilarious too. So it was like you were acting the whole time. So y'all check out Tyler Poplin in all of his performances. And I'm sure you're going to be laughing as I've already laughed on this show. It's such a joy to have you on today. So thank you for being my guest. Everybody tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time to the Kim Jacobs